Hi everybody, Alison, Indigo River here again with a wee update and some good news. I just wanted to share the positive vibes, which I'm sure you're already delving into anyway, courtesy of the protests, the truckers in Canada and the convoys worldwide that are now happening. And it's just the love and the joy and the peace that is being put out there just now, and the illustration of how love is overcoming and how light is exposing the dark is just phenomenal the last week or so. So I just wanted to pop on and have a chat about it and show you a couple of clips that have really inspired me, and it will bring a tear to your eye actually. It's so positive and inspiring. Such a loving energy around the truckers and all the millions of people that are supporting them, and such an inspiration. They've inspired basically the whole world to come out and do the same and follow suit. And in Australia, they've got a massive convoy that's now gathered in Canberra around the Australian Parliament, and right throughout Europe as well. And there's even one in the UK also. And it's just a wonderful illustration about how the light exposes the darkness and overcomes the evil, and it's just been so evident in the last 2 weeks in particular, particularly with this protest. I mean, the people have held peace, love and light throughout the protest, throughout the demonstration, even though the press and the Prime Minister of Canada have tried their damnedest to demonise them, to antagonise them. I mean, I'm aware that there's been, shall we say, negative people put in amongst the crowd to try and goad them into violence, and they have stood their ground and they have continued to just emanate peace and loving vibes and such a good positive energy. Family event, they've got the bouncy castles going on, and it's just lovely. And the speeches have been so inspiring. And there's a particular speech brought a tear to my eye, just very short, not even a minute, a clip of it I'd like to show you, because it's a truly magical moment with Chris Sky, and he's talking about how empowering love is. Watch this for a moment.
Freedom! Freedom! How good does that feel, ladies and gentlemen? How good does that feel? You know what that is? That's love. That's love, ladies and gentlemen. That's what they don't want the world to realize. That love is the most powerful force in human nature. Love is what is driving this movement. And when you have united non-compliance from love, when you have everybody ready to just say no out of love, it cannot be stopped. And if you love your country, and if you love your family, and if you love your children, and we want to protect their future, we have to stand together. We have to hold the line, and we have to keep moving forward. Let's go! Let's go!
Isn't that just awesome? And now we're seeing how this light that they're shining, we're seeing, and that we're all shining basically, we're seeing how it's illuminating the darkness and the evil. I mean, there's a saying, never react to people or situations, because it's your reaction that will give them power. And what's actually happening in here is Mr. T, the Prime Minister in Canada, his reaction is giving power to the people, because not only has he reacted, he has overreacted to the extreme, big time. You know, he's reacted in such an extreme, tyrannical manner that he's just completely revealed his dark side to the entire world. That's what he's done. You know, he's just, the light has exposed him, and the love, and it's just brought all the negativity out of the woodwork, if you like. And as I say, in him reacting in that way and overreacting in such a tyrannical way, imposing the Emergencies Act, which involves a lot of extreme stuff, including freezing the bank accounts of all the protesters. I mean, it's just extreme. This has basically revealed his true colours to the world. He's basically shown himself. He's shown his dark side. So the love and the light from these beautiful souls that have gathered there in Ottawa has exposed and revealed the darkness. The light has illuminated the evil and the darkness for all the world to see. And to the point that his own, Mr. Trudeau's own Parliament MPs, his own party, are standing up against it. They're not agreeing with what he's doing. And the opposition, of course, are really laying into him. And even mainstream news now is coming round and starting to give him a hard time. So they've won already. It's such a good vibe and it's such a peaceful protest. It's just lovely to see. And as I say, all these countries are following suit. And there's now been many countries in the world, as you'll be aware, that have dropped the whole mandate thing, and who, while some people are still pessimistic about it all, they're still saying, but they might have something else up their sleeve and now this is going to happen. I am staying positive because yes, they do have their plans, that other things that they would like to happen, bad things, but it's not going to happen. They're not going to succeed because this has brought such a lot of light, and this has enabled so many more people to be aware of what is really going on and of how dark these agendas really are, that there's just too many people now on it, and they can't succeed. It just can't happen. They'll try. I'm not saying they won't try, and I'm not saying it won't get bad again before it gets better, but what I am saying is the light has clearly won, and it's clear for all to see now. It's clear for all to see, and it's all good. And I drew a card for the Canadian situation for the next couple of weeks. Just basically, I asked for guidance for Canada and for the world if the outcome of this situation for the next couple of weeks. And the card I got was the Page of Swords. Now, what's interesting here is this is also the card that I drew on Sunday, because I do a weekly tarot card, and the weekly tarot card I drew was also the Page of Swords. So it's quite a coincidence out of all those cards. So what's the Page of Swords about, you ask? Well, look at the picture, look at the stance. He's adopted a peaceful, graceful, loving stance. He's saying, here I am, I take your challenge. I have my sword. I have my sword, should I need it, but I don't really want to use it. And the swords also are also about intellect, and it's about using the intellect rather than the brain over the brawn, if you like, about adopting a peaceful stance. The Page of Swords is about opportunities for change and positive growth. And these opportunities for change and positive growth with the Page of Swords come from a problem or a dilemma. It's about seeing the challenge, accepting the challenge, overcoming the challenge, and emerging stronger and more resilient than you were before. That's the message from the Page of Swords. Take the challenge, accept the challenge with a peaceful stance, and you'll come out more resilient and strong than you were before. Power to the people. It's just awesome. And the Page of Swords is also, about exerting yourself, fighting for your beliefs and your rights, and keeping your temper in check. Got that stance, got the sword, but not keeping the temper in check, keeping control. And the message here is that the right action and well-chosen words can and will put an end to difficult situations. The right action and well-chosen words can put an end to difficult situations, and that is just so what is happening. And I just want to leave you with this lovely clip, again brought a tear to my eye, in Alberta in Canada again, where these beautiful protesters, these loving peaceful souls, were confronted by the police, and there was a line of policemen, and these protesters stood in a line opposite the police, linking arms, holding the line, standing strong, and recited the Lord's Prayer. It's just beautiful. So that's it for now, and I'll leave you with that little clip. Thank you for watching. Much love. Namaste.
Every single one of you! That's right, guys. Good job. Good job. Proud of you. This is amazing.